Hello, Lorant. How are you?
Hello, Neno. Thanks. Fine. Great. The winter is coming here. And your
Great.
side?
Yes, winter is coming and the weather become a little bit cloudy in those days and very foggy, which is, I think, a time of the year. So welcome to NLB community of practice.
Hello,
I'm so
NLB.
excited. I'm so excited.
Hello,
Say-
NLB.
Thank
Hello,
you.
NLB. Thank you for inviting me.
That's great. I think 60 people in the ground and wish you all the best as well. So I have
Thank you,
very
guys.
interesting questions to go on, but before we start, I would like you to tell us something about yourself very quickly, and then we can go on.
So my name is Lorant. I'm working in Belgium. I live in Belgium. I'm an Agile coach and Scrum Master. I'm working with teams. Today I have 2 teams and lots of around them stakeholders from business, marketing, customer care, sales. And all of us, we are interested to be more outcome driven and to be much better to deliver what is really necessary for the customers and the users.
What is your project in the moment? What you do, what your teams does?
I'm working for Codabox. Codabox is part of Isabel Group. It's a fintech company. And we try to remove the blockage, remove the problems of the fiduciaries and the accountant companies. Today, we have a solution that all your banking transactions is going to your accountancy software. So you do not need the paper to send it to your accountant if you are a freelancer or you have a company, because they can use this data immediately because it's digitalized, and these are great solutions. We have very similar solution with the pay slips and all the others. So who has lots of employees, they can use this solution, and it enable the much quicker delivery by the accountancy companies for their customers.
Very, very, very good. Okay, thank you very much for that. Let the intro and let's go to our questions. I have a pretty interesting question, and I will start with the one of the most interesting one for me. And it goes from community, a question like this: how to explain Agile to my grandmother?
To the grandmother. To your grandmother.
Yes,
No.
How can I explain Agile to my grandmother?
We just celebrated my grandma. She was 100 years old this summer, guys. It's very exceptional. It's very exceptional. So grandma understood a little bit differently the world where we are today. It's not easy for them to follow all the technology changes that challenge them a lot. And they would like to still on track with us. But they see that the guys are working on the computer, maybe my son, my grandson, or the girls, and they are developing something, and they would like to deliver a great solution for the users and the customers. Sometimes we show them also, hey, grandma, hey, this is the new web page, this is working, this is a new mobile solution, and then grandma try to figure out how it's working. And I would say that she would understand what is Agile if I explain to her that it's really important that we don't sit in a corner with our laptop, with our computer, and we try to create a solution alone. Because this is not working today. We learned already in the last decades, if you sit in the corner, you don't talk with each other, you don't know what the business is doing, marketing and sales, you don't know what is really the requirement, what the PO wants as priority. If you really don't know how to test your solution and how to put it on production on the infrastructure, and then immediately you can get the next version on your Android phone, that's really not working. So Agile, what I can say to your grandma, Neno, it needs a customer collaboration, it needs lots of interactions, it needs really a teamwork together, and then we can deliver much better way. Really what is necessary for the customers. I would explain to her this, and I think she would understand that really it's not good if you sit in a corner You don't interact with each other, and you don't express what you find in the code, what you find in the infrastructure, or what challenges are there. Because there are these edge cases always. There are edge cases. In the big percentage of the cases, your software is working well, but there are some nuance when we need to change, because there are different whys, different reasons why we create something.
Okay, great stuff. When I talk to my grandmother, I make it even more simpler in the same way you did it, yeah? So if I can put together what you just said and interpret on my way, I will say that you have right people in the right place, collaborating, talking together, instead of sitting in each other's silo or each other's corner, wondering what next brilliant idea will come up to my mind. So collaboration and support to each other would be one of the things. Very good. So thank you very much for that one. I know that you are in love with the wines. You are from Hungary and you have a great wines. And 2 summers ago, I visited some of the vineyards there in Zalaszczany, and I was very impressed with your knowledge about the wines. So I have a second interesting question, which is coming up for my group, and it says, what is the difference between the Scrum Master and sommelier?
Yeah, thank you, Neno. I really like wines, and I think wine is a really great product. And each country has special wines. So I know not only Hungary, in the area, all the countries has very nice wines and very nice solutions, and I'm really open to taste them and to discover them, why they are so different. The sommelier is a little bit interesting role. The sommelier is coming with a story. He opens up some bottles, and there is a team who would like to taste all these kind of wines. And I think it's a big similarity with the sommelier, that he tells you a story, he tells what is behind the wine, what is the story of the wine, which is really, really cool. But here in this situation, the delivery is a little bit different. Each team members works a little bit alone. You share that, okay, I discovered this fruit, I discovered this smell, I saw this in the color. So there is a little teamwork, but everybody has a different impact in the experience, what is called back from the sommelier. So I think this is a little bit different, but sommelier is a good entertainment. Sommelier facilitates this session. If you open a wine and it's improved with lots of value, the wine tasting, but still the sommelier is really responsible what will be the result. It's really responsible what will be the result, because he brings the stories, he brings the wines, he brings the little experience. And I think what we try to do, we try to more put this on the responsibility of the team members, that how you design the quality, how you design the solution, how you design the full delivery, it depends really on the team members and the experience. And it will be the end of the story.
Yeah, I like that, your metaphor of being facilitator of atmosphere. When you come to the dinner, you feel the atmosphere. And I think that's a great metaphor to compare with the Scrum Master, because that's the people who create, facilitate atmosphere, but let the team members taste the different flavors of the product they need to produce. So that's a great metaphor. Thank you very much for that. And that brings me nicely to the mindset. We know that when you start agile transformation, is very important that we start with the agile mindset. And how you look at in this mindset change, how that was difficult for you when you were working with your Scrum teams?
Changing a mindset. Can I change your mindset, Neno?
No, hardly. But I'm ready for a feedback to improve my mindset, of course.
So thinking about changing a mindset, it's very difficult, because you can change only your mindset. Any coach can come to you, or Scrum Master or lead or manager, and sitting next to you and, hey, please, your change your mindset. Tomorrow you should be agile, even you should be safe, and then we will be powerful because you change your mindset. And I would like to also ask that you change your mindset. And next to you, there is another colleague, please, also his mindset. So it's not working like this, but it's very, very important because mindset describes something. It's not something that I give to you that then you have a mindset, you put it in your pocket, and then it's finished, that we can continue to work as before. I really like the metaphor of the nut or onion layers, when first you have tools and processes. This is what we try to introduce first when we arrive to a company and we discover, okay, what is missing, where we would like to go. And when you got your processes, maybe it's a Scrum, and then you have some meetings, daily stand-ups, you have a retro where you can discuss all the what's happened during the sprint. Then you can reach and go further that, okay, I'm a team member in a team. Let's introduce some practices. What are our best practices? How we would like to improve these best practices? What we would like to do if this action happen again, and how we would like to react them or prevent them earlier. So changing a mindset can be a result of introducing tools, processes, practices, thinking about principles, values of the team and the company, and then we can talk about that. What is the current mindset? How we react today if something happens? Because we recall from our mindset, yeah, I know that it will happen again. What happened last time, I would like to prevent it now. I know what to do. And this is coming from the mindset of the team members, how they behave. So for me, giving tools and processes and encourage practices in the team, it's really, really important. It's usually start with the culture scan in my side. So we need to discover how the teams, or even there are no teams, the people, how they work in the company, how they do decisions today, how they collaborate, how they align for few things, what is important for them, what they do to keep these decisions. And then when we have a culture scan, we can think about what to change first. Maybe to create teams. Working in a team is different. It has lots of advantages. And what does it mean we work in a team? What kind of rules or agreements we can create inside the team that, okay, I know when this ticket is done. Okay, I know when I can start to work on this ticket because this is ready. Or I don't start to work on this ticket because I need other information or decision. So this is how I would start to work on mindset topics.
Yeah, good. Your technical background also create the atmosphere that you can change those things. And I think you're right from the start. I think the discipline of ceremonies, how people work together, it's a success of any agile transformation. And then perhaps that famous change of mindset will happen on a team level first, and then individuals pick it up. And you're right, the practices, how like a retrospective sprint review, encourage this kind of honest, transparent conversations, and that will help into the change of mindset. So that's very interesting. Another question I want to pick up from the community is, when you start transforming your team, whatever transformation for you means, what is the first steps? What do you do to ensure that they collaborate, cooperate? As a Scrum Master first, how you create this atmosphere of collaboration?
Yes, for me, it's very important to have engagement on the management level. So that the management is really really committed to some changes inside the teams. Because if it's not coming, there are many problems. there could be many problems that the team members do not agree, the managers do not agree between each other. And then if we want to do some efforts to ask from the team members, it will come back, okay, we don't want it. Don't go to this way. So for me, this is very important. I mentioned already the team agreements. I think this is where it's very important to work on team agreements. But before working team agreements, I think we need to build trust inside the team. So that the team members, they know each other, they know what to expect from each other, what would happen if we meet with this situation, and how to go forward on this. So building trust and knowing each other in the team members. So we can use a person map, for example, for management 3.0 to get to know better each other, or to use little games starting with retros that we know better each other. Who is not sharing, maybe he has some fears. Who is not welcoming all the information, he's not so open for others. But we need to facilitate a little bit this, that people are open to each other and they believe in each other and they professional experiences. After that, really, if we have a trust and we know each other, we need to keep the psychological safety. So it's very important that the team works in a psychological safety environment. What does it mean? You know already, Jeno, I guess. So there are spaces that we can express ourselves. We need to listen to each other. We don't harsh each other. There are no harsh consequences of some discussions, because we need to listen to each other. And maybe I have a reaction I would like to explain, or I would like to give you feedback. So anybody could give feedback. So the feedback culture, to improve the feedback culture, is also very, very important. So usually, in summary, what I start: management, engagement, and agreements, that we are on the same board, we understand what we would like to do. Get to know in the team each other, because then the team members has a trust, and they understand each other and they know each other. And after that, after building a trust, there is a psychological safety in the team, and then we can do little experiments and to learn from these experiments.
Very good. Yeah, I think that psychological safety is a real point. Yeah, that when people can freely express themselves without feeling they hurt somebody or jeopardize their career because they have their own opinion about the stuff that's for me also crucial. And that brings me nicely to the question about the cultures. You mentioned the culture maps also before that, and it's an interesting concept for me. The questions from our community come up when we have in a moment two cultures. I call them old and a new house. The culture of not really being agile and thinking about business agility, and the old house, which is built by processes, procedures, and there is no bad or good things. It's just two different cultures. How you, in your experience, you manage to connect those two cultures in order to succeed in agile transformations?
Yeah, I would immediately ask why they are not on the track, why they need to keep the old culture. Maybe there is a reason. So it would be great to explain why we work in this way, why we work in not teams, why we don't follow any procedure, like we have a retro point or we have a demo point where we share what we would like to deliver, or why we are not so transparent. What is the problem there? I would really wrap some elements of agile ceremonies to them, and invite them to join maybe retros to review what happened in the last 1 month, for example. So it's not necessary to be very dogmatically to follow all the agile ceremonies, but I think with opening up discussions, they would see what is the opportunity and what are the real benefits to follow a kind of alignment with the other teams. I believe that at some points where we can meet and we can introduce to them some processes, then they will understand. Yeah, we can do it differently, or we can talk or align more often, and then it brings a big outcome for them.
Yeah, that's a great point, and the continuous improvement between the old and the new house, or between agility and non being agile, discussion about it, how we can continuously improve it. And it's very important that you don't go backwards. Oh, we are doing that for the last 10 years and it's working for us. Yeah. 10 years ago was different times, different contexts. We need to continuously improve this. And I think you're right. That's the right way. Always questioning, no status quo, always trying to question the way we work, how we can do better and perhaps faster in the future. Yeah, because that's important part of what is going to happen next 5 years. Yeah, the speed will go tremendously quicker than what we used to. Yeah, especially in financial businesses. Okay.
Exactly, and sharing the status quo, that what is missing, they can maybe interpret as a judgment. And it's not a goal that we judge how you worked in the last 10 years. Probably there was a reason why to work in that way. But to introduce just one point, maybe the retro for the team, that's open up everything, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That really helps a lot.
Yeah.
And then the team can decide, hey, we need maybe weekly one daily stand-up where we meet together as a team and we discuss what is necessary. We see the value in this 10 minutes or 15 minutes together.
Yeah.
And they can give a trial. And if it's not working, they drop it. Hey, maybe we need some discussions, like a refinement to discuss what are the ongoing topics. Maybe there are some changes. And if they like it, they keep it. If they don't like it, they try another thing. Even they can call it differently.
Yeah.
It's not necessary to use the current names of the agile tools because it sounds so bad, or maybe it's very techy and we are not techy. Maybe we are working on marketing. We have a different rhythm. Maybe we want to see it's a heartbeat. Why not? Huh?
Yeah. I love that name of the heartbeat. I have it in my DSDM model, which I often will use, but it's always fluent. I mean, 10 years ago, I work on the DSDM on a different level. I mixed the framework to fit the different organizations. And this is what I would like to reinforce. What you are saying there is, this is NLB transformation. And, in the future, maybe some people would study those kind of things to learn, like we are learning now from Spotify, Less, Safe, all these frameworks which come up unfixed from Jürgen Appella now, and all this stuff is coming, yeah, and we are bombarded by different information, but we can't lose the focus, which says this is our transformation, and we are doing it, we are naming it the way we feel that it should be in collaborative way. So I agree with you completely.
Yeah, these frameworks are really necessary, I guess.
Yes.
And what is really good that you can discover them. So they are open. So you can see teams, how they are working, what they follow, what are the rules. It's written down, it's visualized where really in Management 3.0 or in SAFE. You can discover really, we need this role, but we don't want to call with this role. Then we need somebody who synchronizes between the teams when 10 teams deliver in the same time to production. We need somebody, and let's introduce this role and let's describe what is this role, and let's ask somebody who would like to do this synchronization. So I think to get to know how these frameworks are working, it's really crucial, and it's open up for you opportunities. And let's mix it, huh? Let's give a trial.
Of course, yeah. Let's make something new, something innovative, because innovation is all about taking one thing which is already built, another thing which is already built, pick up the mindset and make it something innovative. It's not always something brilliantly new. It's about how you apply this innovation in your context. And then
Exactly.
you have innovation. Yeah, that's a great. Thank you very much for this, Laurent. I will have one more perhaps last question for you, and then maybe you will have some kind of message for us. And this is really how you personally feel that agility helps your business goals. How this relationship between the product owner and a scrum master working on a way to give the value to the clients. How you feel that you are really giving value to the clients working agile.
So Scrum Master helps a lot for the teams to do decisions. And they expect lots of decisions from the product owner because they put there, hey, give me the priorities, give me the best what we have to deliver. But it's an ongoing process. So maybe the product owner working with a hypothesis that if we open up our product and you can register there, we have more users, you will order more services from me. It's a hypothesis. And the product owner would like to test it with the team. And the Scrum Master helps to break down this idea, how it's possible, what we would like to do, how to reach the outcome together. So it's become outcome driven. We just don't deliver 5 stories in this sprint. We know what is the goal, the sprint goal, and we would like to deliver the sprint goal. And the Scrum Master can help in daily basis to warn the participants, okay, what we are doing is related to the sprint goal. This is really done. This is related to our quality definition, that it's the story. And it's really necessary to have a good, healthy conversation between the product owner and the Scrum Master for these discussions and for this work together.
Yeah. And how you feel that this business results is related to your relationship between the product owner, because the voice of the customer is built into the team rather than team working on their own in their own silo and a space.
Yeah, if you are coding, you are interested in the code and the infrastructure, it could happen, it's not always, it could happen that you lose some aspects. We promised 2 sprints ago on a retro that we do it differently. You have a Scrum Master to warn you, hey, but we agreed that we don't do like this. We create a new microservice. We want to decouple the architecture. We want to go forward. But it will be heavy. We need double time. I want to skip my unit test. Oh, but we have a definition of done. Let's work really in a professional way. What happens if you have not enough tickets? You reach the sprint goal and you still have time. You have 3 days. Maybe a Scrum Master can help you. Hey, we learned something this sprint. Let's put it on paper. Let's share in the community. Let's give another trial. How would you do it in an alternative way? So the Scrum Master can really help on this situation where the team feels a little bit alone, and maybe he needs a little incubation, a little protection from the product owner. Hey, you can grab the next story from the backlog and let's go. No, let's slow down a little bit. We don't have to rush. We reach the sprint goal. Please, product owner, you got what is necessary for you. But we would like to learn also from the situation to be a better in the next sprint.
Yeah, very good. So the community of practice, how is important for you? And let's wrap it up for today. How is important community of practice for you?
I think this is the best way to learn. For me, it's really, really important. It's not easy to jump on community of practices. Some people do not like to share. Some people do not see the value. I share always and I don't get back the value. They cannot imagine that they receive back feedback and they will learn also this way. little community of practice when you sit down together with your colleague and you do pair working, pair programming, and you change every 10 minutes the keyboard. And I'm writing, now I'm focusing what you are writing, and still I can check, okay, what was on the board? What was in the ticket? Yeah, we are on the good track. We are doing in a good way. And then you can really write together the TDD, the unit test. You can write together the code. And then you learn from each other how to use the hotkeys, how to use some practices, how to solve better in unit tests, how to write shorter code, clean code. Infinite things we can learn together if you have just a small community of practice, or you have a bigger one when you invite people and they just share what they do today. I told you that it's not easy to encourage the people to join to a community of practice. Maybe they see that it's a waste time, but we need to understand that we need time to learn. If we just do what we do today, the life is going next to us and he will never turn back to us. So the technology is changing, the methodology is changing, the practices are changing. And if you don't spend time on it to discover these changes, then it's amortization of your knowledge, unfortunately.
Thank you very much for this message. Thank you, Lorant, for your time, and I hope I can host you in Montenegro. We have beautiful wine, fish, dried meat, one of the best. I think our Parma ham is called Njegoški pršut and is much better than in Italy. So you're welcome.
Thank you, Neno. Thank you for the invitation. I would love to visit you.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you very much.